Hello, my name is Ben Bay, and I am going to be expressing some movements and exercises that go through the three planes of motion, which are transverse, frontal, and sagittal. And then I'll be explaining a little bit more about the axis and then the movements that occur in those movements and exercises. So for the first one, I have in the sagittal plane. So I draw a background from martial arts. My father would teach me Taekwondo, and I developed a taste for that and continue to do so. So I tried to draw a little bit of my exercises from that. And of course, while each movement may not be directly limited to one plane, I'm going to just be showing you how it will be as generally as close to that one singular movement. Because I believe all of these movements are multiplanar, but just learning to see like the main component and like the main plane that is used, I'll try to really emphasize on that. So for the sagittal plane, so in Taekwondo, one of the first kicks that you learn is called a front kick. And all it is, generally speaking, is flexion at the hip and then at the knee right here. And then you'll also get plantar flexion in the calf and ankles, so that your strike target is at the bottom and the balls of your feet, and that's where you want to strike the target. Of course, in a real tournament scenario, you'll be rotating, so it'll go through that transverse plane. But as we generally talk, you'll go up, you'll see flexion, and then you'll see plantar flexion in the ankle. And that crosses in the mediolateral axis, and this is an open chain movement, as everything is free and moving. But again, it does go through multiple planes. So in the frontal plane, while I was shadowing at Rocky Mountain Physical Therapy, there was a patient with some shoulder blade injury, and I picked up on this movement that the physical therapist was having the patient perform. And so they would simply just tilt their neck laterally to each side. This is called a lateral extension, or flexion, lateral flexion in the neck. So that moves along the frontal plane. Like if you can imagine two walls behind, one behind my head and one in front of my head, you'll see that it won't cross as long as I'm keeping my neck straight. And this exercise was done over just being held and then trying to stretch deeper. And of course, you won't be able to perfectly maintain a perfect frontal plane. You will travel through multiple planes as well, but you can mostly see how the head just moves straight to the side like that, and that travels through the anterior-posterior axis. And this is again another open chain movement. And then I have for my transverse plane exercise, again drawing back to my background in martial arts. A common thing you'll see if you do attend like a mixed martial arts tournament or any kind of brawl, anything like that, you'll see a lot of elbow strikes, and they'll rotate pretty much everything in their body. From their feet, you'll see rotation in the hips, and you'll see that. You'll see, because a lot of the power comes from your pelvic girdle and turning that, and of course that shoulder rotation as well. Of course it travels through multiple planes as well, because I think that everyday movements and exercises are complex and they're not going to stay through one plane. This goes through what's known as the longitudinal or vertical axis. And this is again another open chain movement because there's so much freedom in what can also happen in this movement and exercise. All right, thank you.